Hey YouTube. Well, today what we're going to be doing is working on a fire pit stoker. I have in the past used a long tree branch. That was really my favorite thing to use, my go-to stick. It was a Y, kind of a forked Y, but one of the forks was off like that, maybe like that, whichever way. But it allowed me to grab a piece of wood and turn it and move it. So that's what we're going to be making today out of metal. The end of the dead wood was fire hardened, and it worked really great until my son's friends came over and said, "I'll help you," and took a piece of wood while I wasn't looking, and they stuck it in the fire. So we'll make this one out of metal, and should have it for a real long time. So let's get started. Here's the stock we're going to use. This is just 7/16, and it's 4 feet long of hot rolled steel that I picked up for about $8, $9 at Tractor Supply when I was in there. And so we're gonna cut some pieces off of that to make the fork. Now what I'm thinking of doing is I've got some of this thinner stuff. This looks like maybe 3/8 inch rod. So I'll cut some pieces off here, bend the bottom, cut some pieces off here to make the fork. And then for the handle, I've got some of this tube, steel tube. Might be a nice handle if I butt that in there. So we'll kind of play around with this and see what works best. But okay, the first thing I want to do is I want to put a little bend in this. Okay, I heated that up. I'm just using my vise to get a little tweak in this. Oh. There we go. Alright, nice. That looks to be about good. Whoops. Step on it. Alright, so now what I want to do is I want to take this piece that I cut off at an angle. So I've got that long bevel there. And it looks really messy, but that's okay, it's getting welded and it's all going to be melted. And I want to fix it. It's a little hot still. Going even parallel, running parallel, it's going to be off-centered. And so that's so I can bite into the wood and I can use this piece as leverage to flip the log. Alright, let's weld this puppy. Just putting a spot tack on this here. Just to get it in position.
Oh, sorry about this. The camera is having a hard time with the lens that I'm using, so it's not focusing too well. But at least you can kind of get the gist of what I was doing.
Okay, time for the handle. About 5 inches and or so. Just a T handle. I'm going to tack that. Here's our handle. Here's our handle welded on. Still very hot. Yeah, I left the plastic on. And now, what we're going to do is weld on, you see that little poker. And this little poker, what that's going to do, that's going to allow me to move some wood around. Ah! Crap. That'll hold. There we go. Okay, here it is. Got it supported on this hockey net that Colin was painting, but as you can see, it's a welded T-handle. Comes down to a fork that I bent, and then my little sharp poker. So if I don't need to fork it and move it around, I can stick this sharp point and pull or push pieces. So here's what we're going to be using: Valspar wood stove paint, because I have it and want to use it up. You do the honors. It's taping. Alright, that's all set. That's all I got for today. But this will get me poking fires this weekend. It's supposed to be a beautiful, hot weekend. So we'll be having a campfire, and this will work out just fine. Thanks a lot for watching. See you guys.